Hello. So for the discussion board, the self-stigmas or public stigmas for the rural residents, as viewed in the video, some of their views are that they are living paycheck to paycheck, so not even seeing their money before it's already gone for bills and expenses. In the video they talked about how the income difference from Bertie to Wake County is extremely high, so those people are having to rely on government assistance. They are having their communities in poverty, getting out of the welfare cliff, as was discussed in the video, and how it's pretty impossible to get out of poverty due to being uneducated and also working very hard for low pay due to being uneducated. Counselors practicing in rural, impoverished areas must be prepared to address these systems of oppression, discrimination, and marginalized status, and the impact these factors have on counseling services and clients' well-being. So counselors need to be very mindful of these issues that these clients are facing, having to deal with all those issues and how different they are from urban communities. Rural communities that experience persistent poverty have had little diversification of employment. So like in the video, how all those jobs were lost and now are not in Bertie County due to those jobs moving elsewhere. They're underserved by mental health care providers, and they lack affordable housing and economic development. So the woman in the video, she had to live in public housing because she wasn't making enough money and is in poverty. Also, what are strengths that can be gleaned from rural area living and residents that can help behavioral health practitioners assist clients to challenge both public and self-stigmas? So the importance of building trust and empowerment in counseling relationships, especially with clients in these rural communities where there's a negative stigma associated with seeking mental health services. The participants describe so in the article it talked about how the participants talked about how they describe the importance of showing appreciation for their clients' worldviews and life experiences, helped them to provide the best treatment to the clients and have them continue to come back. Being aware of the client's story and why they're there for counseling. So counselors can acknowledge the courage that it could have taken for a person to seek help for the first time. So seeking treatment in a small rural community is a big step, especially when a lot of people think that mental health is a sickness and that those people are not able to function a normal life. That depression is, the worst thing in the world, and basically that you can catch it from someone. So having that ignorance eliminated through educating the client on mental health issues and treatment options. Asking the person whether they felt any type of stigma before, during, or after seeking help for a mental health concern, and engaging conversation and normalizing the act of seeking help for mental health services. Advocating for the client, helping the client find other community resources that could be beneficial to them, and helping them with their mental health issue. And that will also help to decrease the stigma related to mental health concerns. The PowerPoint in the book talked about using mindfulness techniques to focus the client on one problem. And then also, these clients that live in rural communities have strengths too. So having the client focus on their strengths. In the book, it talked about how a man he was feeling depressed and unworthy, and the counselor had him list things that made him worthy, and he listed, having his family, his kids doing well in college, and having his own business. So these people being in a rural community and having not a lot of job opportunities, having to figure out what to do in that time, and possibly even having their own business, whether it be farming or whatever. But that's a strength that they have. So focusing the client on strengths that they do have, and also if the client is practicing, is religious and feels that will be beneficial, then incorporating that into the client's treatment and building upon that as a strength for the client to use will all help to decrease that self-stigma, negative stigma about mental health. All right, thank you.